Hey guys, J.Anthony, welcome back to my channel, and thank you all for your support and for watching my videos. This is going to be the fourth vlog in my new series, and I'm trying something a little new today. So what's new? Well, you get to see my ugly face. So this is actually the first time I think I've ever shown my face on my channel, and I figured you guys would prefer looking at pretty watches and pretty photography versus my ugly face. But I understand one of the key parts of having a vlog is actually showing yourself on camera. So you guys tell me in the comments below if you want to see this or you want to see pretty pictures and watches. So let me know. And two quick topics for today's video. First thing is what happens when a watch gets magnetized. So say you've been wearing a watch for a while. Let's use this one as an example since it has been magnetized. This is my old Seiko speed timer. If you haven't seen the review on my channel, check it out. Long story short, this watch was keeping plus or minus 5 seconds a day. And out of nowhere it started keeping terrible time, and now it's like up 30 minutes a day. It's awful. And the watch became magnetized, and that's a typical sign you're going to see is if a watch is pretty accurate and then it goes to absolutely atrocious time, it's probably become magnetized. I unfortunately work in an environment where it's in contact with a lot of machinery that could magnetize it, so this is just kind of one of those things. And the good news is it's a very simple and easy fix. So you don't have to take your watch to a jeweler. You can if you want. There's not some like massive dissection of the movement to fix it. All you need to do is get yourself one of these. This is a little watch demagnetizer, $7 on eBay. You can buy it at any watch site. If you pay more than 10 bucks, you're probably getting ripped off. What you get inside is one of these guys. Comes with a plug, you plug it into a wall. It says demagnetizer on it, and there's a little red button. It's like the ejector button on a Bond car. Press it. And a little indicator light. And basically when you press this button, when it's plugged in, you're going to get an indicator light telling you that it's working. And all you would do is you would plug it in, you would hold the light or the button, hold the watch over it for 10 or 15 seconds, and then after about 10 or 15 seconds you could slowly carry it away from the magnet with the button pressed. And if you want to be thorough, you could do it on both sides. And again, for $7 on eBay, this will demagnetize your watch, and if that was the issue, and more than likely that will be the issue, your watch is as good as new for $7. And you know, frankly, if your watch gets magnetized, I would go ahead and just buy one of these, because odds are it's going to get magnetized again. Even going through airport security sometimes can cause your watch to get magnetized, depending on how they're inspecting your bags and stuff. So buying one of these one time is going to save you money versus going to a jeweler. It's going to probably cost you more than $7 just to have them demagnetize it for you. So, good way to go. The other question, well, a couple other questions that came up on my post. One of the ones that I thought was pretty interesting was, on my last blog post I talked about Panerai's introduced some new in-house movements, and they're doing some decorations, and I think they look reasonably pretty. Compared to like a working everyday watch like a Rolex. And one of the questions that was directed to me was, which movements have I personally seen that I thought were very well decorated and had a very pretty look to them? And this kind of gets into aesthetics of what you appreciate. So I'd say I have two answers to that. On the aesthetically pleasing side of utilitarian, I just think they look very nice for their purpose. I love Grand Seiko movements. They're very nicely machined and they're very precision oriented, but they're not much for decoration. And I'd be lying if I said I don't like Rolex movements. I like the little red gears they put in. I like the way the rotor looks. They're very simplistic. They have very minimal finishing on them in terms of decoration. They don't have any really, but they're very well made. The machining is impeccable, and if you appreciate just mechanical things, I think they have a very nice purity to them. And I personally think they're much prettier than like an ETA or a Valjoux movement, for example. Those are some of my least favorite looking movements. In terms of highly decorated movements, Longines, I think their movements are incredible. Even Glass Shoot Original, if you get a chance to check out Glass Shoot Original, if you're looking for extremely well-made watch with incredible precision and just a lot of care that goes into its manufacture at an affordable price, and bear in mind affordable as in Rolex affordable, not as in Patek Philippe affordable, you're getting, Audemars Piguet or Patek Philippe or Vacheron Constantin build quality at Rolex prices, which I think is a pretty good value. It's just, go take a look, Google some images of Glass Shoot Original movements. They're spectacular. I think you'll agree they're very, very pretty. Longines, same. And then any of the big three that have the Geneva seal applied to them, they've met that threshold of the amount of work that goes into them. those movements, any Geneva seal movements are going to be spectacular. That's just kind of the way they go. MB&F makes some really cool watches. Go check them out if you haven't. Google MB&F. They make some really cool sci-fi off-the-wall watches. I think they even have a movement that's belt-driven, and that's super, super cool. So if you like anything mechanical engineering-wise, you go take a look at some of the stuff they're doing. It's really kind of out of this world, and they're not cheap, and I can't afford one at this point, but I think you'll agree if you like you just kind of design, they're insane. And yeah, that's pretty much I'd say where it is. Other mid-range watches I think have really pretty movements are Jaeger-LeCoultre. I think their movements are very pretty. Girard-Perregaux, I'm not a big fan of them in terms of their brand, but some of their movements are pretty. Audemars Piguet, I think the Royal Oak movement with the gold rotor, I think has a nice classy look to it. Yeah, I mean, there's so many out there, and I know another comment asked me what I thought about Zenith. Zenith, I think, is an incredible company, and this goes back into blog post 3. They're kind of challenged in that they don't have the brand recognition of, say, a Rolex or an Omega. They don't have that status. But from an horological perspective, from watch guys like us that really appreciate great precision and horological tradition, they're wonderful. And their poor resale is a better reason for you to pick one up secondhand. You know, the El Primero movement, everybody has used that movement because it's such an incredibly well-made and reliable movement. It's easy to service. It's high beat, so it's got a beautiful precision sweep to it. And I mean, even Rolex has used this movement for a while. The older Rolex Daytonas, the series before my stainless one that I reviewed on my channel, which you should check out if you haven't, before the in-house Rolex movement, they actually used an El Primero based movement. So if Rolex is using it, that kind of tells you all you really need to know. Great decoration, great quality, great reliability, great engineering, and they make some pretty cool complications too for the money. And because their resale is so poor, you can pick up a really good deal on a Zenith. If you're status oriented and you want people to notice what's on your wrist and get some brand recognition, not the watch for you, unfortunately. But if you're looking for something that's got a lot of precision in it and it's just kind of a very cool, high complication, high quality piece for a fair price, they're definitely worth something to check out. So that's going to wrap up this blog. Thank you again so much for all your support of this channel. Please let me know how you'd like this to go. So again, going forward, do we want to see my ugly face? Do we want more pretty watch pictures? What kind of content you guys looking for? And if you could please do me a favor of, if you think anybody else would be interested in my channel, help spreading the word so that we can get more content on this channel and get just kind of keep building it, because I think this is helpful for me too. I like hearing your guys' questions. It's helping me stay passionate about this hobby and also forcing me to learn more as well. So I think it's a mutually beneficial thing if we can kind of learn from each other. And so again, thank you for your support. If you like what you've seen here, please give me a like. If you don't, please tell me in the comments below why not. Please leave any questions you may have. And again, thank you so much for your support, and have a great afternoon, or a great day, or a great morning, or wherever you are. So thanks.